To lose a child is, the most horrific thing I think anybody can go through.
A horrific tragedy became Colleen Mullaney's reality in the winter of 1994. Kyle Braid was a high school sophomore and varsity football captain in Florida.
One of the coaches said to he and another boy, we're counting on you. You guys are leaders. You need to get bigger and faster no matter what it takes.
So Kyle began taking steroids, and during his second 6-week round of the drug, Kyle went into a roid rage, a loss of impulse control.
So that's exactly what happened. For whatever reason, he couldn't cope with something. It could be something very small, but in his mind, it was probably pretty big at that time. So
Kyle took his own life. And through their grief, Colleen and her now ex-husband Ken took a new direction, one focused on helping teens help teens.
We decided that we were going to target that group of kids, young kids, the ones that really could influence the ones that were getting in trouble and making bad decisions. And from that, JKB was born. And that happened 3 weeks after he died. So little divine intervention happened with us.
Born in the mountains in southern Colorado, just south of Salida near Villa Grove, for 20 years, hundreds of teens would spend a week at a time learning the skills to become strong leaders and stronger friends.
Research tells us that peer-to-peer helping is much more effective than adult to young adult.
In 2019, suicide was the second leading cause of death in the U.S. among young people between the ages of 10 and 34. And that was before the pandemic. In the summer of 2020, we saw a 22% rise in ER visits for potential suicides by children ages 12 to 17.
Somebody in that peer-to-peer relationship has to know how to identify that, or at least know that their friend is struggling.
Recognizing the signs, even the subtle ones, including withdrawing from social contact, mood swings, increasing use of alcohol or drugs, and changing normal routines.
I'm of the belief that you can't educate them enough with, the signs and how to be aware.
The J. Kyle Braid Foundation focused on that, challenging the fear and talking about suicide so teens could learn how to help and when to ask for it.
The key is that the student that's helping goes to a professional and intervenes and gets the help for the peer.
Colleen's foundation has evolved from the ranch to a program at Monmouth College in Illinois to now working to distribute solar lights to underserved villages in other countries. But the mission has always been about Kyle and shedding light on one of the darkest of topics.
I think it starts even before the ideation, when somebody's struggling, the peer helping skill. And it's not just for teenagers, it's for adults and helping their peers as well.
This month, Kyle would have turned 44. The first group of teens who experienced the life and lessons on the ranch are turning 42, the same age Colleen was when she lost Kyle.
I've said so much to him over the last 28 years, but I guess just how much joy he brought and how his, even though these kids never knew him, I made sure they reflected upon, him in the abstract. And a lot of kids say, I sit and ask, what would Kyle do?